Vital Living presents What is Stress? Put very simply, stress is whatever activates the sympathetic nervous system. The nervous system is divided into the sympathetic branch, which effectively winds us up, and the parasympathetic, which calms us down. The sympathetic nervous system makes your heart beat faster. It makes your adrenal glands, which are little nodes that sit on top of your kidneys, release cortisol into your bloodstream. And this stimulating hormone makes your blood pressure go up. Here's an example. Imagine you're a zebra on the savannah in Africa. You're munching grass and minding your own business. Suddenly you spot a lion charging at you. This is stressful. Your body reacts appropriately by preparing for fight or flight. Your heart and lungs race so that you have enough oxygen to act. Your blood thickens so that if you're injured, you won't bleed so much. Your muscles become available for breakdown in case they're needed for fuel. And your body resists storing fats and sugars since they may also be needed for fuel. All this is good. Without these tools, you wouldn't be able to escape the lion. And once you've either kicked lion butt or outrun her, our body resets and returns to normal. The problem is, in general, we don't have to face lions anymore. The things that create stress in our lives are more in the realm of traffic jams, buying a new home, a demanding employer, or uncooperative offspring. In none of these experiences is the fight or flight response appropriate. We must suppress the urge to strangle the boss or offspring, or run away from the traffic jam or the banker. But since our bodies are designed to have some sort of physical response in order to reset itself, that reset never occurs, and we're stuck with a racing heart, high blood pressure, and a body chemistry that is literally destructive. In order to explain why this is a problem, let me tell you another story. We're all familiar with the salmon that fights the river for days at a time in order to return to its birthplace so that it can breed and then die. All perfectly normal if you're a salmon. So what allows the salmon to perform such feats of strength for such long periods of time? The answer is the cortisol and adrenaline that's released in massive amounts into the salmon's blood by the adrenal gland. But once the salmon is bred, the cortisol is still being released. Salmon die because all their internal organs start to break down under the effects of the cortisol. Unlike most animals, salmon don't have an off switch once they start breeding. But if the salmon's adrenal glands are removed after they breed, then the salmon goes back to a normal state and does not die. The long-term effects of stress and too much cortisol in humans can include elevated blood pressure, depressed immune system function, poor sleep, persistent physical tension, and pain, all of which lead to other more serious problems. Our world has become a very complicated and demanding place, and requires far more sophisticated responses to a given challenge than fight, flight, or freeze. We don't need to have our adrenal glands removed, and that would be a terrible idea, in order to stop stress, because there are many ways to relieve it and even more ways to prevent it.